send it, Dwyer. I mean, I send it.
Know my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. For my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up now.
It's a glass,
I ain't
boy.
folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights up just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
I just sent it to Dwyer. I say search. Six five. I try to make it 6'5", Lee.
Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy,
Get that,
rockstar like Pink Floyd, waving at rude boy. I'm waving at you, boy. Ran off on the two like True Goy. Imagine me, dude, boy.
Oh man, get that invite.
Dude, boy, still ducking that I did, boy. In Paris for a hit, boy. These ain't the same type of hits, boy. Can get. Boy, you don't take these type of risks, boy, cause this boy been throwing that like rich, boy. You miss, boy. Your numbers don't add up on the. That was 10 years ago. If you know, you know. Yeah. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. This thing of ours, oh, this thing of ours. Her fraternity of ringing off. I just happen to be alumni. Too legit, they still looking at me with one eye. The company I keep is not corporate enough. Child, you ain't often enough. A rapper turn can't morph into us, but a turn rapper can morph into Puff. Dance contest for the I predict Al Roker. If you know, you know. I only ever looked up to you all get a bird. This Oprah. Players in ball shorts, coaching from the side of the ball court. If you know, you know. One stop like a Walmart. We got the for the wrong sport. You know, you know. If you know about the port, though it's supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we for circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
What's in the playbook, son?
Are we playing or what, bro?
Nah, they ain't playing. No, that boy gonna sleep.
What do you mean? I was like, what? This is my normal voice, bro. What do you mean? Talk like what?
Solely responsible for showing rappers how to stand on the front lines when started throwing bands. Where were you?
What is that, DJ?
Brought the Tigers in, cause I was busy earning stripes like a tiger skin. Players in ball shorts, coaching from the side of the ball court. If you know, you know.
How big you need to make them? I mean,
for the wrong sport, you know, you know. If you know,
so how big you need to make that go up?
Though it's supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we for.
Just three. Well, look on YouTube. When niggas look on YouTube, you gotta make the top. Yeah. That's how to, that's how to make a dribble guard. The best dribble guard build.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
DJ, just look it up, bro. Just look it up, bro. That's all you gotta do. Look it up, DJ. Nah, I know what's not. He made that little ass phone call. He couldn't play no defense. I remember that. That's wrong, man. Well, this nigga beat me. I won't be mad anymore. I shouldn't have told my goddamn. I told you. I just feel it, dog. They're going to have a playing crazy motherfucker.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his left. And his first look is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense?
Yeah,
Let's face it,
but
if
how
you get
big
the ball,
in wingspan?
4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for
How
it
big
there.
of a wingspan?
Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
You two do everything for him.
As low as it goes?
Nah,
line of scrimmage again, the 25, second and 10.
No, you know what I'm saying. I agree with you on that. Talking about the wingspan and all that.
Listen to me, listen to me.
That's Tim talking about that. Nigga, yeah, you can't be blow that. I don't know if it's good.
Here we go.
Throwing again, Cousins on second and 10. He sets to fire deep. He's got him in. Complete.
See what I'm talking about?
A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. And even 40 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a first and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Yeah.
Cousins on first down. Throw left side, caught by Butler. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
That's complete to Butler. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Who are you guys watching?
Cousins again. And he's able to find Diggs. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Swami?
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
What's the video called? The Book of Swante?
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a first and 10 at the 17.
But, what's the video called?
From the red zone now, Cousins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's dribble guy.
Like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
What's the archetype?
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays.
Or what
They're
the...
being very successful right now.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is third and short. They go play action. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Levante David coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. On now the former Cowboy kicker, Dan Bailey. This one from 35 yards away. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening winning drive, put points on the board, and a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
How long's the video? 15 minutes?
So the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because
when was it?
Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Just the first quarter tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Night.
No, I'm looking at it. What are you talking about?
Prescott now on second down. Drops it underneath to Elliott. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Give him 6 on the play, and just like that, it's third down. Prescott from the gun. Wide open receiver complete. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
What you trying to do, DJ?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. Yeah, he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A second down throw for Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Great shot creator. Goal.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
At the soon goal.
He's going to get it running right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's the fullback taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Now the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Have y'all heard about Jacksonville? Jacksonville.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing the outright incomplete. It's Butler. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
So who got DK?
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Huh? Who? No, I said who got DK.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
He a right receiver, right? From Mississippi?
On 1st and 10, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They don't need to run another play.
What was the wingspan?
Warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to be
And play sharp? Play sharp?
the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there.
You said play sharp?
3rd down.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this.
Yeah.
Here we go,
These 3.
170. Wow. For a point guard.
Throwing Cousins. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this.
Hey, y'all wanna play
down.
2-on-2 on my court or something?
One was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Oh, never mind.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down.
Let's go, let's go.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And that is going to be incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Oh, he sheds himself free. A big run that time by Elliott. 48 yards.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it, because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the first down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker at Missouri.
Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, we're going right there, we're going right there. Here we go, go right in.
Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Extra point attempt to come here. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Austin. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The former Pro Bowler Glover Quinn there making the play. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph. Final play of the half. Prescott throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. is Prescott. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. A spin. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On second down, Elliott. And now running right through it. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. Second down, Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. First down, here's Cousins. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
playing a good game down there. I got, like you said, I got a couple of bucket rolls.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
I cannot run on that shit.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Off the play fake, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Austin. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, three things can happen, and two of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. On the tackle defensively, Jaleel Johnson.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Throwing, Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 57 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, then you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Hey, it's cool on.
Point after, right down
cool
the
on,
middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up
cool
successful.
Exactly, though, bro,
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Still cool on, DJ. I'm telling you, Trey Wingo.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And it's off the mark, incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Cousins. Right side complete to Butler.
Yep.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Look at LeBron, 6'8".
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And boy, they had high praise.
Nigga, I played against a 6'10" though. Point, man, that nigga shooting like a motherfucker, dog.
They liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought
Man,
him
I don't know how
on
that
to
nigga
the
was
team.
doing everything.
Speed, all
Yeah.
that. But how about what they really said?
Nigga shooting though. I fuck
Competitiveness.
with nigga
That's
shooting
what
like
they really
that.
liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A first down throw for Cousins. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Robert Quinn in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Yeah.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. And that'll set them back 5. Here's Matt Wild now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. That's taken on the 25. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now here come the Cowboys. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But you know, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is. I'm glad that you went in that direction, because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
They go to Elliott again. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Elliott. Oh, the spin. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's caught by Butler over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. To throw, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Butler. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 30 yards there.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Cousins now. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Levante David in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They go play action. Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Butler. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is down to 28-10.
Good shit, bro.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen. So
Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Here we go, 47.
2nd down, Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Al Woods forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Cousins to throw it. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On 3rd down, Cousins. That's complete to Butler. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Again, it's Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Well, Prescott here to throw, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
46.
Prescott to throw it. And the third down pass falls incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is taken at the 23. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Cousins again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.
Go. Yeah. Wow. Hold on, bro.
stars in the cut, Mayday. Bubbles and these models are it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Shorty oughta been my me. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants. You never left, yeah. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. There's no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life, dripping all sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah.
Standing, look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty, don't even know where waist at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? It reply, how you put up with this